This your boy 215 Got Beats, aka your boy Streets. 215 Philly all day. You already know what's going on. And this is the podcast, Let Me Rap With You. The new podcast focused on what's going on in the underground music community for producers, artists, video directors, fashion designers, you name it. True that, you know. So, explanatory to why I started the podcast. On Twitter, a lot of people, they see my opinions, whether it's politics, whether it's music, whether it's clothes, it don't matter. A lot of people, they see me express my opinions. I get a lot of engagements on it. And for the past couple years, people been telling me, bro, you need to do a podcast. Like, bro, how you be talking shit? Like, you need to do a podcast. And I just gave them, you know, I call this the bullshit. You know, we've all given them the bullshit, like, hey, you know I do it, yeah, you know. We've all given the bullshit before. We've done this before. But, you know. So during the quarantine, I've taken the time, sat back and thought about what a lot of my fans have told me. And I'm sitting there like, you know, the fans are the reason why I'm here. So why am I not listening to them? That don't make sense. So I took their advice. And basically, the idea was like taking the attitude of everything that I talk about on Twitter and basically steering it all into this podcast. That's all that really is. So, you know, let me rap with you. You know, I'm going to rap with you about anything, you know. Anything you want to talk about, I'll rap with you. You feel me? You know. We weren't taking this, you know. I ain't doing no resets, no none of that. You know, we not that type. I ain't that type. So, self-introduction to me, 215 Got Beats, of course. Formerly known as Streets, or Jerome Streets, as most people will call me. I've been doing music for maybe about 12, 13, 14 years. I started off rapping, then going into engineering and going into making beats later. I still write. I won't say that I rap now because I'm really trying to put my voice into this podcast more, but I do beats and engineering full time. That's definitely a passion. You know, that ain't nothing. You know, especially thanks to my god brother, shout out to my beats. He the reason why I ever started doing beats in the first place. And part of that actually mixes into all the politics in the music community that I'm able to express on this podcast. Because if I never did beats in the first place, it never would have happened. So, you know. But, you know, you'll get to know more about me through each episode through the podcast. I'm not going to yammer y'all head off. But this podcast is also sponsored by DeGorilLAz Clothing. You know, you think you dripping? You ain't dripped yet till you come shop with us. You know, come shop with DeGorilLAz Clothing. Come shop with DeGorilLAz Clothing. You know, hit up my guy Smash215 on Instagram, Smash215, SAMASH215, no underscore, no none of that. You know, also follow, you know, DeGorilLAz Shop right on Instagram. Y'all can see all their new stuff coming out. That's DEMOLIR Shop, no underscore, no nothing, DeGorilLAz Shop. And this podcast is also sponsored by Major Loops. You know, for all you producers that been struggling, like, you know, you've been trying to make that hit, you've been trying to get that next placement. You know, you're just trying to get that next song with that next artist that you're working with, and you just been not having the right sounds. You know, come to Major Loops. You know, they have everything. They got loops, drums, sample packs, construction kits, you name it. All the best high quality sounds, placement worthy, and some of these loops and samples have been in major placements as well. You know, name speaks for itself. So, of course, you know, a lot of people, you know, they see me promote the podcast ahead of time. So a lot of people already know the topic of discussion that we're going to talk about here, which is paid collabs and later on Spinz 808s. So, you know, we're going to start off with the paid collabs part first. So basically where this topic started from, I seen a guy on Instagram, and if I can find the screenshot later, because I do have the screenshot on my phone. If I do find it later and I can put the podcast in video format, I will put it on there just so everybody know where this came from. But he basically talked about how a major producer had screwed him over a collab. I think he paid about $200-300 for it. I'm not sure. He didn't say how much he paid on it. But when I seen it in the tweet, he said, I will never pay for a collab again. And of course, you know, this started a stir. You know, of course, every producer, they put their opinion in something like this. So I'm going to say it as this. we've all had good experiences. We've all had bad experiences. Every producer that know me, that I know, we can all speak for this. So what I'll say about the producers who are charging for the collabs, I'll give this view first, because I can say the pros and cons, because I've bought in collabs from major and indie producers. If you have the time and you can guarantee those collabs back in turnaround time that you give, you definitely have the right to charge for collabs. That's a service. You know, what we do is not free. This isn't free. So you definitely have that right. But what I will also say is, because I've seen a lot of producers get screwed over on this conceptive, is that if you don't have the time, if you know that you have a busy schedule, if you know that, oh, I'm about to be in the studio with him next week, oh, I'm about to be in the studio with him this week, oh, I'm going to be in the studio with her this week. If you know that you have a busy schedule, my best consideration is that during that time frame, you don't charge for collabs, because then that's just going to be a turnaround on people getting at you on Twitter, people getting at you on Instagram, people trying to expose you. And, you know, it's just all a misunderstanding. And all I can say is, if you don't have the time to do the service and take care of those producers who are paying you for those collabs, my opinion straight up, don't do it. That's just my opinion. I'm not even going to cap on here. I'm not even going to lie. Now, what I will say is, I don't charge for collabs. I don't charge for collabs. And where I'm at right now, even though I don't have major placements, a lot of people actually have asked me, do I charge for collabs? I tell them no. I will tell them that when I get time, I will go on my email, I will check any loops that were sent to me, and if I like them and I'm sitting there, I got time to do this beat, okay, cool. He might have a banger in this genre, I might do that genre real quick, that's cool. But the reason why I don't charge for collabs is because, knowing my busy schedule, especially I do beats, I have artists, I run a whole label, World of Metropolis, like I run a whole label, also a 9-to-5 on top of that, you know, and working on the family, everything. So it's like, with all that in hand, I know not to charge for collabs. I know for sure not to charge for collabs. So it's like, until I'm in a position where I know homie can hit me up in the morning and pay me $50 for that collab, and I know I can have that joint for him ready in like 12 hours or so, 24 hours, until I know I can put every producer in that guaranteed position that is paying me for a collab, I'm not charging until then. Trust me. If I wish I can show y'all the properties right now in my external hard drive, just strictly for the collab folder that I have from like all these collabs. Is maybe about 50, 60 gigabytes deep. But this is just off of me being honest with all the producers who have sent me labs. Some of them I got into, some of them I'm not gotten to. But at least I was honest about them. Like, look, I'm not going to charge you for the collabs. If you feel like you want to send it to me, cool. I ain't going to knock it. But that's all I can tell you. I'm straightforward. Like, trust me, like, even though this is like the first episode of the podcast, like, trust me, it's gonna be like this. I'm straightforward about everything that I talk about, especially, like, I just say straight up how I feel about it. Now, let's switch into the next thing. The producers paying for the collabs. Now, there's a pros and cons. Now, here's the thing. I know this is about producers paying for collabs, but there is a pro and a con to the situation, and I'm going to say why. Because I will give the producers who are paying for collabs a defense, because I do pay for collabs, but I won't be biased in this at the same time. So, my view on paying a producer for a collab. Rule number one for me, my intentions have to be right. I'm going to keep it straight up with you guys. Every producer, if you're coming up in the game, the ones who don't got placements right now, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you pay a producer for a collab strictly because you think you're going to get a placement, you lost. You lost. I'm going to say it straight up. You lost. With the dramatic voice. You lost. You've already lost. You can kiss that money goodbye. Because trust me, like, you definitely not going to get your money's worth just off of the intention. See, that's the thing. Your intent, you see, people think that when you spend money, it's just money. Money also has a matter of intention. Your intent of what do you want to do. I'll break down a good brief example before I call Papi for the guest interview. I'm going to break down an experience. Shout out to my guy Jordon Lumley. It's my guy to this day. I was still paying for a collab to this day. I don't care if he charged $100 for a collab. Like, I don't care what he would charge. The reason why I even paid Jordon collab, I paid him for a collab in the first place because I've always wanted to work with him way before I paid for the collab. So what happened in the situation, it was just a regular day at work. You know, I'm just talking shit. You know, this is before the podcast, just talking my shit on Twitter, yada, 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 no. Just talking my shit. So, during my producer Kanye edition of rants, that's what I call it, but during that time, I had seen Jordan put a post up. Say he was doing collabs for $25 today, including, and you know, I can't remember the exact tweet, so I won't say what it came with, but he definitely gave his end of the bargain with that collab. And it's crazy because I actually paid him for 2. Not even knowing what was going to happen. Not even knowing what was going to happen. I paid him for 2 collabs. And guess what? A lot of people, actually, they're still in my track train store to this day. But a lot of people that have heard those beats through my track train YouTube, I've gotten views up. Like, it's all about it's all about your intentions. I wanted to work with Jordon Lumley regardless of what was going to happen. I don't care if nobody buys the beat to this day. The fact that I even was able to do a collab with him was enough. That's like a rapper when he want to go to a studio that he's always wanted to go to. It don't matter what song he going in that booth with. But if he wanted to go to Patchwork Studios for the past 2 years, same thing. It's just all about your intentions. And sometimes your intentions will get you that game. Because off of doing collabs with Jordon Lumley, my name got higher. And people started noticing me more, like, oh shit, he doing shit with him? I had a lot of engagements for those past 2 months. Like, during those 2 months when I did the collabs with him, a lot of people in Florida, Jacksonville, a lot of people in Florida and the engagements on my Twitter was running up from y'all. Shout out to y'all. For real. Like, I'm not even going to cap. Like Jacksonville, like, I think Tennessee too. I think Tennessee definitely was running up the engagements on Twitter. I can't remember the statistics exactly, but that was just like, wow. Like, all I wanted to do was just work with this guy, and I got the collab for the hookup, and it's like, wow, look what it got me just because I wanted to work with him. I'm going to keep it honest. I think only 1 out of the 3 collabs that me and Jordan got sold a lease. I think only 1 out of the 3. The other 2 never sold a lease to this day. They're still sitting in the store, still on YouTube. Never sold a lease. But it's cool. I could listen to them Jones every day. Like, it don't matter. Like, it's just like as a producer, you have to remember that you're doing this for a love of music. So with your investments, don't always think that it's money that has to come back. When you pay somebody for a collab, do it with the intent of working with them. Because even if the money don't come back at that moment, it's just about like, wow, like, I got to work with him like this. I've gotten to work with a lot of major placement producers just off of this. Couple of leases, trust me, like, a lot of producers on the internet who got major placements. I've gotten to work with a lot of these people just off of like honest intention. That is one thing I will give to you producers today in this: honest intentions. Now, I know it sounds cliche. I don't charge for collabs, but I pay for them. Sounds cliche, right? It's all about the investment. You don't got to do what the next person doing. You can buy collabs all day. I know people who spend maybe 2-3 racks on collabs monthly. Sometimes they don't even charge for collabs. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Like it depends on the mood. Sometimes people just want to give back. So, all I can really say is, it's all about your intentions. Don't be paying for a collab and thinking that, oh, I'm going to get a placement with Future. Oh, I'm about to get a placement with Rod Wave, like Lil Dirt. Like, no. Game don't work like that. The game does not work like that. I don't care if you pay the 808 Mafia producer for a collab. You could pay for that collab. That doesn't mean it's going to get placed. But you never know who they're in the studio with. And see, that's another thing. See, the good thing about having Papi on this episode is that he's actually a producer who has worthy placements, who can actually say, like, it's not about always getting that major placement, but about building your brand with the artists who are sitting there and you're following right now. I'll say it like this. Some of you guys on Twitter, and trust me, I'm the same. I think my main Twitter that a lot of you been talking to me on, I think that page has about 800 followers. You know how many of them are probably artists who I'm probably not hitting up right now, who I probably should be sending these beats to? Because here's the thing, that could be a possible next hit. I don't know who these artists are chilling with, and plus, they might buy it. Because I'm not sitting there emailing them, because I'm thinking, oh, all these collabs I'm paying for, like, because you thinking collabs and all the beats that you working on with other producers, you think they supposed to get placed. Hell no. Some of them collabs that you do with some of those producers, send them to underground artists. You might fuck around and make the next $1 million hit. You might fuck around and make the next $1 million hit. I ain't even gonna bullshit you. You might fuck around and make the next $1 million hit. I'm gonna say it like this. Alone, probably within the last week, and I will probably say and this was 2 days before I even started talking about the podcast, I had a lot of new rappers follow me. And here's the thing, it's not about if y'all gonna buy the beats or not, because that's not what it's about. Some of you guys are lit as fuck. One person, the only person who I can really remember off the top of my head right now is Rich Tyler, if I'm correct. Rich Tyler, lit bop. I ain't even sell a beat to him yet. I ain't even send him a beat yet, but like I already heard, like this kid got next. Like I ain't even gonna cap you, and I'm gonna tell you, because like, and Papi probably can co-sign that too. But what we actually about to do, I'm not gonna talk y'all head off. We are actually about to get Papi on a guest call. Now, anybody who seen me on my live earlier, if y'all don't know Papi, he's an up-and-coming producer who just got signed with Digital Dior. Shout out my guy Sunny Laurent. Oh yeah. See, we own it. We own it. Like I said, we ain't doing no retakes. We ain't doing no retakes. The vibe is natural. We ain't doing no retakes. Like, I'm actually sitting here talking to Papi right now on Twitter. He about to hit me on the Zoom call. Let me see. But yeah, oh yeah. Just got the email. Yep. So Papi, up and coming producer, just got signed to Digital Dior not too long ago. Shout out to my guy Sunny Laurent. Anybody know Digital Dior? Just with it, not even a year. And these guys have been making crazy noise. From their major placements, and you know we can't spill too much of the sauce. Oh shit. Huh. Hold on. Oh snap. Got Papi in the waiting room. Hello? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What's up?
I think I can hear you. Hold on, I'm trying to fix the volume. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I can hear you. All right. You know, I was just giving them a little brief introduction before I called them on the segment. No, we got Papi in the podcast. Let me rap with you. We got Papi in Digital Dior. You know, I'm not even going to give them too much. I'm going to actually let you. You know, I'm going to let you give the introduction because I already kind of gave them a little introduction, but they riding dirty out here. They ride, that's crazy, bro. They riding crazy out here during this pandemic. But I wanted you to give the brief introduction of who you were, so that people can know for themselves. You know, I'm going to let you get a brief introduction before I start asking you the questions real quick. So you know, you on.
All right, I appreciate it. Papi, I'm from DC, California originally. Part of Digital Dior. And I'm a producer.
Shit, one of the hottest up and coming, especially after that guitar melody that I heard on Poor Boy Pluto's track earlier. I sat there, I still don't believe that you made the melody to that. Like, I'm still sitting here like, this nigga is lying. Like, I'm just like, yo.
I appreciate that, man. I don't make melodies that much.
Bro, shoot.
Drums just come so much more natural to me. So like with melodies, it just takes so much time for me specifically that I don't usually make them that much, because I feel like I can pump out 10 beats if I just do drums versus if I'm trying to do the melodies. It's just a longer process.
Yeah.
So yeah, that song, it's weird. Like, I made that loop in maybe 30 minutes, probably less, honestly. It was just a simple guitar.
Now it's funny because, you know, we were talking about it. Was that song before the Digital Dior days as well?
No, that one wasn't. That was like my first month or so in Digital Dior.
First month. Wow, first month and got that jaw crazy. Like, I hope you get another one with him, because I feel like if he had the right engineer, y'all would probably pop another hit off with that one. But the one thing I will say, what was the producer life like before you was in Digital Dior? Because like here's the thing, like, I know a lot of producers, they trust me, like we know, like, a lot of people hit me up off the episode because, you know, you were Digital Dior, but we not just going to talk about that. I want to know what the producer life was like before you was with Sunny and all them, because, you know, I know you worked your ass off just to even get in that position.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you know, like, being a producer is tough, man. That shit's hard, especially if you don't have any major placements, because people don't want to give you that time to actually listen to your shit. So to really start getting it off the ground is just it's a struggle, man. Like, a lot of people give up before they even see results because of how long this shit takes. Like, it's a process, you know.
It's a man, but it's a blessing, especially with, man. I like Speak. I just like I heard that song yesterday. I'm like, why is this nigga not in the industry yet? I'm just sitting there with my attitude. Like, why is this nigga not? Like, this nigga should be in the industry by now. Like, you mean?
So the funny thing is, all right, so with Speak, right? I got a little story, whatever, about Speak. So with Speak, I was a fan of Speak since I was like,
I did my research.
Yeah.
Number one fan from the beginning, bro. Ever since you started Twitter from 2016, bro, I seen it. Like you was always talking about Speakz.
Speak was like one of my favorite artists, like around 12, 13 years old. And I discovered him through Mac Miller, actually, through Odd Future, because back then, you know, Odd Future was taking over. Odd Future was like destroying the underground, crossing into the mainstream. Like they started some shit that it still really hasn't been done since.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. People don't give Odd Future enough credit, but their sound, like when it comes to that gritty sound, like it still isn't like the.
So they're so well rounded. They got Frank Ocean, they got Sid the Kid, they got Tyler the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, Haji Beats, Damo Genesis, like
Left brain, Mike G. Like, is the internet still with them? Matt Martian and Sid, are they still with them?
I believe they are focusing on their own shit now. I'm not.
I've been paying attention to Sid, Lil Uzi's album, and she was just on Beyonce's album. I think she was on the deluxe as well, the Lion King album.
Yeah,
Sid. She's definitely I haven't been like paying too much attention. But I've been seeing, I'm like, it's no wonder she probably ain't been talking to Tyler and them lately.
Yeah, so back to the story though. So like with Odd Future or whatever, they put me on to Speak. There's a song called, I think it's called Junie Jones or Junie B. Jones. It's Mac Miller, Speak, and I think that's it.
Junie B. Jones. I'm trying to remember what album was that off. Was that off like Macadelic? That sounds like Macadelic, maybe Blue Slide Park. Was that like no, back then? It
wasn't even a Mac Miller project. This was on Jet Age project.
Jet Age of Tomorrow.
Yeah. So this
Jet Age of Tomorrow. Some of the best. Oh my God, that
project. And I heard Speak, and I was like, damn, this dude nice. And then you know, he's Latino, I'm Puerto Rican, so like, you know, I was interested just off of that. So I started looking up his music and stuff. I started seeing like all these like big ass freestyles he's got on YouTube, and like he was just growing. And I reached out to him, and he was like one of the first artists that like, even when he was buzzing, he still took out the time to like talk back, you know, like interact and shit with his fans.
This was like he was on some Made in Tokyo type shit. He was still interacting with the fans and everything.
Right. And like one Christmas, he sent me like a Christmas card. Like shit was crazy. But it's just weird how like in life, you know, you throw things out there to the universe, man, and I swear that shit manifests. Because at that age, I wasn't even producing, bro. I was just like, I was an artist first. I was terrible, but
trust me. I heard get out my face. You better hope somebody don't find that shit and leak it, bro. Cause I heard that shit, bro. You better hope nobody don't find that shit and leak it.
Wiped. But yeah.
But no,
so like
you definitely manifested because you know I'm you know it's crazy. I'm looking right now, looking at the soundproof. The microphone
moving, so that's why all my shit is kind of fucked up in the background.
But you know what though, the fact that you started from an Akai MPK Mini in a laptop, bro. That's what, like, you started from that. Oh, she's still there.
Actually, the crazy thing is, all right, so this is what I actually started first off with. So I actually started off with this, man. This was my baby.
Oh my.
This is the MPD.
Hey, guys, this is one of those situations where it's like, y'all, like, you lucky I'm your friend because if I done came to your crib, I'd have probably ran off with the joint. I ain't even going cat with y'all. I'd probably ran off with it. Like, you feel me? Like, that shit.
So that's what I started with, and I was a huge fan of like Ninth Wonder, boom bap shit. Like that was my shit.
Yes.
And actually, my
Preach.
first placements were with Pro Era, and like there were another group that like that was like my shit.
Wait a minute. I think I remember because bro, you're talking to a big Pro Era fan. I remember seeing your name on the Pro Era credit. I'm sitting here like I know there's a bit of research that I'm missing because like I seen your name somewhere else, and I'm sitting here like now I'm trying to guess the Pro Era project. Was it one of the sex tape projects?
Well, so I wasn't on a project. It was just a single, well, 2 singles, and then I got a couple of stuff with Super Helpful Quam from the Super Helpful like group. They were a part of Pro Era at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Before like, you know, Pro Era started progressing into what they are now.
Oh yeah, and honestly, Pro Era, they, even though, you know, a lot of the members are still doing their independent route, they still roll deep. No cap.
Yeah, I actually just locked in with Desi Hines. Like we got a track. I got a track with him and Dirty Sanchez from like.
Actually, shout out to Desi Hines. He I sponsored the clothing line that my best friend Demolaire shop. Yeah. Desi Hines, he be copping Demolaire. You know, he be showing love to my guy Smash 215. So definitely shout out to Desi Hines. Like he definitely be showing love. Like, well, it don't matter if you from New York or not. Like Desi, I can definitely say Desi Hines. Like he definitely show his love to people.
Yeah, and I mean he's one of the first artists that really gave me like that chance. Like, you know, the Entre Producers, they were like one of Pro Era's main producers back in like early like 2010s, and like they made that connection just over the internet, man. Like it's crazy. Like Desi, Dirty Sanchez, Super Helpful Quam, Speak, like all these dudes gave me a chance when I didn't have nothing behind me. I didn't have much money. Like I really wasn't doing shit.
It's always when you got nothing, when the blessings, like when they come in disguise. Like it be the times where you don't have nothing, and then like that shit just be like, how the hell did this happen? Like, you feel me?
Facts.
So, you know, like, so aside from all of your placements, now, like you said, boom bap, neo soul, I definitely see that in the influence because you do drums. I'm the same way. I'm a 90s baby. That's why I do drums. Like I'm like my favorite, I wish I still had it to this day. I had an MPC Element. If I could find her, I swear, like I'd probably be one of the hottest boom bap producers today. But like we're not even
honorable mention real quick. Thelonious Martin, favorite like modern boom bap producer.
I was actually about to ask you about producer influences. That was actually the next question.
Right. So
GOAT. He is a GOAT.
Yeah, Thelonious, like ever since I think the first song I really paid attention to that he produced was Wendy and Becky, Joey Badass and Chance the Rapper.
Wendy and Becky. Yeah. Oh my God, one of Chance's best verses of all time.
Facts. So when it comes to boom bap, like he's still one of the GOATs. I actually have some of his records right here. Like his shit is crazy, man. I got so much respect for him. I don't know, it's somewhere over here, but I'll say it like this. After we get off the podcast, if you want a good couple Thelonious Martin projects, Currency, the Drive-In Theater, entire project was produced by Thelonious Martin, and I think they dropped another 3-piece set. I forgot which one it was. Him and Currency got like albums, and he's albums they still ain't even dropped yet. Yeah, he's got some really good like instrumental albums. He's got like late night programming. Got some shit with all kinds of people, man. Like he's just one of my favorite, you know, boom bap producers. Ninth Wonder.
Knife Wonder.
But I would have to say, when it comes to actually producing like all time, at least top 3, Timberland. Like his perks, it out of this world. Like
People don't know the percussions.
bruh, shock value is, I was like 7 when the first album came out.
You know, it's crazy. Shock value, like, trust me, OG is gonna love this conversation on the podcast. Like shock value, OGs put me on the shock. I didn't know who shock value was until I was chilling with the OGs one day. You know, doing what we do. Probably go through like 3-4 L's already. Shout out to the squad, but he had put me on the shock value. I'm sitting there like, these percussions are fucking crazy. What the fuck?
And then like I was a little older for like shock value too, but you know, he had like, this was early Drake on there, like crazy big artists, you know. But as a kid, that was one of my main like I didn't even know who Timberland was as a kid. I just, every song that he produced that was on the radio, I fucked with it. It was crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like with Timberland, I'm so stuck in the 90s with him. That's why like with Shock, I didn't hear Shock value for real until 5 years after it dropped. I'm not even gonna cap you because like I'm so stuck in the 90s with him. Like his work with Aaliyah, his work with Jay-Z. I'm so stuck in the 90s with him. Like, cause like when people talk about percussions, I gotta bring up the 90s songs. I have to, cause it's like we can bring up shock value too. But it's like y'all gonna be like, oh, he capping. All right, cool. Now let me bring the 90s catalog out. Just to really put the salt on the slug, you feel me?
Facts. I mean, like, I was a huge fan of all kinds of shit from like the 90s as well, like Slum Village, Tribe Called Quest, all kinds of shit, man. Like me and my wifey actually just went not too long ago before, you know, COVID and shit. We went to a concert and saw Tribe, the surviving members, of course. And then we also saw I can't think of their name right now. Another big 90s group though. And like,
let me see.
It's timeless, man.
I think Souls of Mischief, was it Naughty by Nature or Souls of Mischief? Because I believe they were on tour before the pandemic.
Nah, it was fuck. I can't think of their names right now. I'm having like going blank. But they were here in DC though, at the JFK Center. But yeah, it was crazy because it was like you saw all generations, man. You saw like people in their 40s all the way down to like teenagers out there, and everybody was just vibing with their music. Everybody knew every song. It was like, it's crazy, man.
See the one thing, especially with music, like you said, now we seen the teenagers there. Now we definitely, I can't say how the kids were raised, but I will definitely have to say, like, to give credit to the parents, because I have to believe when we talk about the 90s, I have to believe that it don't matter if we had a mom or a dad, grandparents, no, it don't matter how we was raised, that old school, that soul, like, I feel like we had to have that right guidance when it came to get raised with music. Because I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all since we talking about 90s shit before we get to the next topic. When my dad used to pick me up, he'd be like, son, I'm about to come get you. I'm like, cool. You got reasonable doubts in the car? He'd like, no. I'm like, you better fucking find that shit, or otherwise I don't want you picking me the fuck up. If I can't knock the hustle while I'm riding, bro, I'm talking about, I'm 7, 8, 9 years old telling him this shit.
I mean, that's exactly how I was with shock value. Like, I was living in California at the time with my mom. She was a single, parent, and she used to drive me to school because I went to school like 45 minutes away from where we lived because she worked in that city. And every single morning, Monday through Friday, we would listen to shock value from the first track all the way to the last. And it's like that album still just, resonates in the back of my head. And I feel like that has influenced a lot of my production nowadays. Is like when I'm adding them rims and like open hats and like all that shit is just already like programmed into me. It's just crazy. Oh, and
Yeah.
I remembered the group. We went and saw De La Soul. Shit
De
was
La
crazy.
Soul.
Yep.
You know what's crazy? Like De La Soul, like, you know what I want to, like, I don't care, like, if I get rich, I don't care if I got to pay all of these guys, like, whatever the bag they need. Like, if I got $1 billion, I don't care what bag they ask for. I got to see the DeGorilLAz and De La Soul do a super performance before I fucking die, bro. Like,
So,
DeGorilLAz, De La Soul, if y'all hear me right now, when I get rich, whatever y'all want, I need y'all. I need that right now.
when we went to the concert, they played Feel Good, but of course the DeGorilLAz weren't there. But it was like, man, when I was a teenager, experimenting and shit with, you know, certain substances and whatnot.
Let's keep it honest. Feel Good Inc. And here's the thing: a lot of producers they going to think I'm capping when I say this. Trust me, they going to think I'm capping. I think Feel Good Inc. was like the start of real guitar melody beats. Because I'm gonna keep it a beat. We've heard great guitar pop songs. We've heard great guitar R&B songs before that when we were kids. We've heard great rock songs, but that guitar with that, like that 80s feel, like with that like with that little mix in, it's like a bunch of genres mixed in with one. That's why that song to me was like one of the greatest hits of all time. I feel like that was the start of everybody. Like that was the start of guitar melodies on everything. That was the start of it. Because ever since then, every year people started making songs of every genre with guitars after that.
I agree. I feel like it was between them and the Fugees, because like all that shit that Wyclef was rapping on and shit back then, crazy guitar, bro. Like,
but actually, we talking about Wyclef. He still do that to this day because what's that song? We turned out all right with Dizzy Wright. That we turned out all right. No, oh my God, you gotta search this song up.
look that shit up.
Yeah, you gotta look that shit up later on when we get off the podcast. Like when you hear that, you won't be sitting there like.
But you know who really is to thank for that sound? Salam Remy, bro, because he was the producer behind the Fugees. He was the one that was like,
Salam Remy, not even the Fugees. B.I.G. Like that man was behind legends. That man was behind legends. Like that's
to this day, he's still behind a lot of big hits.
So when I was doing my research, I seen you had did some submissions for llmind. Since we on this topic, you know, like I seen that you had did some submissions with llmind. How did that turn out?
So llmind, one of the like coolest industry producers of today.
He works with a lot of my people. Shout out my guy Bluff God. Shout out my guy Terrestrial Alien. Trust me, they
Terrestrial. We actually have a couple collabs together.
Terrestrial, that is my guy. We in a couple of group chats together. I use his drum kit a lot. The viral drum kit. I use it a lot. A lot of people don't know. Like if I'm gonna keep it a bean, like I'm gonna give y'all some secret sauce, and y'all niggas better hope that this kit is still $5 on his BeatStars. If y'all want to make some like crazy vintage drill shit, get that viral drum kit, because I'm telling you, like those 808s are freaking like I heard, like I could hear Pop Smoke on his 808s. I ain't even going bullshit. You feel me?
Yeah, Terrestrial is definitely fire. He's a cool dude. But back with like the llmind shit. So this was like 2019, sometime last year. I tweeted randomly. I didn't even have a beat store at this time. I tweeted randomly like, "Yo, I'm trying to come to this llmind session," because you know he does like it's not a beat critique, but he like invites producers to the studio.
The blap chat, John. Yeah.
Yeah, the blap sessions or whatever. So I was like, I'm trying to buy this ticket to the blap session. I was like, people please buy my beats or whatever. I didn't have like any followers at this time. I was like 400 followers at this point. So I was talking to nobody, and I had tagged llmind in it, and he like randomly reposted it and was like, "Yo, everybody go buy his beats, like, you know, go support my homie." And then after he reposted it, he had posted another link or whatever, and he was like, hit up my guy or whatever. He's like, "You know what, if you sell enough tickets to buy, or if you sell enough beats to buy a ticket to the session," he's like, "I'll comp you on it. I'll let you come for free." So I was like, oh fuck, like I can't let llmind down. So that's when I started really taking beat sales seriously. Like I made a beat store. I started hitting up artists on Instagram, Twitter. That's when I found Sunny. Like shit was crazy.
Oh shit! So that goes in coalition with you meeting Sunny.
Facts. I gotta thank llmind for a lot of shit. Like llmind is one of those producers I really like. I hold him up there.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this, like, you know, like I said, and especially, you know, I had mentioned this before I had called you, and what I mainly was talking about before I called you. When you have the best intentions, it works for you. Like what I was telling, like honestly, actually speaking, since we're speaking on Sunny, I'm going to actually bring this topic up. What I was talking about in the beginning of the podcast before I called you was producers having that expectation of getting a placement when you're paying for a collab. Your intention shouldn't be that way. Like I brought up the story of when I was paying Jordon Lumley for collabs, and like how like basically one of them only got leased, and that's it. But it's like I've always wanted to work with Jordon beforehand, not even on no hype shit, but it's like he did stuff with Countach and all that, and it's like that's why like I just love the sound. So it's like my intentions was always to work with the producers. And that's why, like, I'm gonna keep it a being. Like, it's a lot of major producers that I don't pay collabs for. That we talk every day. They might just slide me something one day when they sliding everybody else something, but like it's because I never charge them. But it's like, and it's crazy. I still pay for collabs to this day. I could probably say maybe last month before, I probably put a good 200. No. I had 200 and my wife gave me another 200. So I probably spent 300 in kits and about 100 in collabs, and that's including Black Rise. Cause during that time, Black was charging 50. I still got the labs in FL. Like I was so focused on getting the podcast ready, I ain't never had time to do them. But I definitely made sure I paid that bag beforehand.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right, so before I talk about pay collabs and shit, shout out Sunny, shout out everybody else in Digital Dior, Inflexible, Sosa, Black Rose, we got Alec, Krusty, Goss, Santana, Boothwell, Mary Beats, Lidry. We got fucking a million producers. But shout out the team for real. Like Digital Dior isn't even just like a label, man. It's
I see that drop you got on Friday too. Speaking of digital, since we on this topic, I see that drop you got for look, bro, you know, part of me wanted to hit something up like, bro, you gotta give me a snippet for the podcast. I said like, no, I ain't gonna do anything like that.
I won't give you a snippet, but I'll tell you it's some drill shit. And it's actually the first drill beat that I ever made. So
I'm staying up and editing this damn episode tonight. That look, y'all heard this live. I need to stay the fuck up and edit this fucking episode tonight. We not even on no bullshit, people. Y'all heard this new Digital Dior drill, and it's crazy. Like y'all just got done dropping Bien Conmigo.
Yep,
one of my favorites. Scottie.
Yeah, Scottie is crazy too. Shout out Scottie. Shout out.
I need to stay. Look, I need to stay away from Miami right now because if I get in a cruiser with that song playing, Put my
man,
shades
that
on.
shit is crazy.
Like I ain't even on no comedy shit right now. But I'm telling you, like shout out to Sunny. I think Bob Lee did that one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, and it's crazy. Actually, since we're talking about Digital Dior and everything right now, and it's crazy. Like I think the podcast should actually know. I think the fans should actually know this. You know, since it's the first episode and we have such a major guest.
Thank you.
How we originated our chemistry. And it's funny because this was literally 2 weeks before Sunny signed you. Because when me and you had just caught up, this was 2 weeks before Sunny signed you because Sunny was still getting the paperwork ready. I know, Sunny, I know you busy. Don't worry about what them niggas saying, bro. Dude, look, you getting the job done. I'm gonna say
there's so much crazy shit that like I can't even speak on because shit hasn't been set in stone yet, but like it's been done already, you know?
It's just, yeah, like it's progress.
Legal shit, right.
It's progress.
Yeah, legally, like I'm not gonna speak on it just because it hasn't dropped yet and you know the artists and shit. But Digital Dior, man, I'm telling you, like in this next year, so many records with major artists are coming out. Like people think that like Sunny is some bad guy just because like he speaks his mind, and I'm the same way. Like everybody.
That's why we relate. That's why we relate because like that. Like here's the one thing, like guys, like people like us, we speak our minds, and here's the thing. To some of you producers, like here's the thing. Like I know when y'all first getting into like here's the thing. I'm not gonna bash producers. Like here's the thing. Like I'm not Sunny my guy, and trust me. I'm gonna let y'all know, Sunny, my guy, I'm gonna take his side before anything. So if y'all want that smoke, y'all can get it. But at the same time, I know some of you producers, and here's the thing, I'm trying to use this podcast for a positive voice. I know some of you producers, y'all think when you first enter this game, it's a playground. And sometimes it is. I'm not even gonna cap. Sometimes when you first enter the game of making beats, it's a playground. It's fun. But at the same time, I can't get mad at any producer, at no producer. Even trust me, even some of the ones, like trust me, some of the ones who I've gone to war with. Like one thing when I got at some of y'all on Twitter, and I will say this, I'm not gonna stand back on anything I said because I still mean what I say to this day. But when I said it to y'all, I said it in a mind where, okay, I've been doing this for 12 years, so my mind is a brick. I need to understand that some of you producers are, y'all just coming in maybe 1 year, 2, 3, 4. So I can't get upset at y'all for not knowing that there's business to this too. And I feel like once everybody gets to that point, they'll understand. And that's why I won't cap too hard. But at the same time, like, you know, producers, especially the ones who are paying for collabs, because I see a lot of y'all capping about paying for collabs, you know, especially with somebody. At the end of this podcast, I'm going to give you guys a list of, you know, producers who are worth paying for, because you're talking about guaranteed placement, whether it's indie or major. You have to remember, Sunny is a busy guy, but when he gets your collab, you never know who he's sitting in the studio with. I think last weekend he sent to stuff to Fabio, TJ, and a couple of other New York artists.
TJ, a couple of other artists, Chase Lavish. He's a newer artist that's fucking crazy.
Oh no, trust me. I already seen I seen the IG preview. That new Chase Lavish song coming soon. I seen that Sunny Black and Alias. Alias, I think, made that joint too.
Yeah, Alicus.
Oh, Alicus. Thank you. Look, because I'm going to say he definitely showed me love on the gram today. Look, shout out to you too, bro, because I know
the Pharaoh, because he's fucking Egyptian. He's from Egypt.
Oh, I'm going to say that's another gem. But since we're talking about, you know, both sides of how collabs work and how there's ends. Now, before we get into this topic, because trust me, like, you know, producer grind definitely got most of the sauce out of the interview before I even say anything, but I'm gonna say this personally because he is a good friend of mine. The Wylo situation with the Pop Smoke album, you know, everybody, you know, that you're talking about, look, Bible, you feel me? Like, I'm going to say that with a 5-year-old voice. When that whole remake situation happened, like, I ain't going to lie, that hurt me to the soul. And it's like, that was the first time I seen CashMoneyAP do some shit like that. Because here's the thing, and trust me, like, a lot of people, some people really thought that Wylo was capping about CashMoneyAP trying to sign him. He really wasn't capping on that. I know because during the time that CashMoneyAP was trying to sign Wylo, I'm pretty sure that there were other deals on the table. Me and Wylo, we were in the same group chat. We talked to the same people. So we were still doing collabs around that time. So like, he wasn't really capping on that on the producer grind interview, but that was the first time I seen the CashMoneyAP situation. Then once that situation came out, we seen Twitter go into a whole flood stream that week. And during that flood stream, I had seen your tweet, and I actually went and did the back research on it again when I was getting the podcast ready, because I had seen that it was a Kio scheme.
Yeah.
Scam.
Yeah,
My bad.
That whole situation was actually before I was in Digital Dior as well. And actually, while I talk about this, I'm going to transition into how I even got into Digital Dior and shit, if that's all right.
That's actually perfect, because I honestly, because like you said, that was before Digital Dior, and I feel like that is a major milestone, because like, honestly, if you was with Digital Dior when this happened, it'd have been a whole different situation. So we definitely got to hear the transition.
Facts. So what had happened was I didn't have any placements at the time. I was like you were just saying, I was paying for collabs and shit. I worked with some really cool producers or whatever. Everybody was really cool about it. Every collab that I paid for, like, they fulfilled their end of the deal and shit. And I saw where Kio had posted on Instagram his email and was like, yo, email me. I'm doing collabs right now, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I emailed him. I'm like, yo, bro, like, I don't have a huge budget right now because I just paid for a bunch of other collabs. I was like, you know, how low will you go, whatever. He tells me the price. I'm like, all right, cool. How do you want me to pay you? He sends me a Cash App. It's his like government name. I'm like, all right, cool.
Now it's funny in that situation, because, and I heard later on that they said it was a scam page.
Yeah, so they tried to say that the email that I started, you know, interacting with was the wrong email, that it was a fake email or some shit.
I believe that because if I remember, like, and I'm going to say this in Kio's defense, if I remember, Kio isn't even from the States. If I recall, if I watched the interview correctly, I don't remember exactly where Kio is from, but I know it's not in the US, and I wouldn't believe that he had a Cash App. But like I said, we don't know that, because after all that's been going on with Lil Nas X and all that, he could have came to the US. Like, that's the same. The situation could be speculated in so many views, but so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm looking at the screenshots. So I'm like, okay, like, even though it was a scam page, I seen the screenshots, and I'm sitting here like,
yeah. So luckily, to cover my ass, and this wasn't even intentional at the time.
Yeah. I
screenshotted his email on Instagram, so that way I could remember it or whatever, and, you know, type it in correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how I got his email. Took the screenshot of his like official Instagram.
Yep.
I sent the email. Oh shit, Sonny's FaceTiming me.
Huh?
Sonny's FaceTiming me. Hold up.
He probably don't. Sonny, what's good with you, baby?
What's good, Super T guy? What's good, bro?
Not much, man. Just recording this first episode, man. We getting a lot of sauce in this, bro. I definitely look. I'm going to get you for that interview one day, bro. I'm going to get you. A lot of people been hitting me up like, yo, you got to get Sonny.
Damn.
We were just talking about the whole Kio situation. We're talking about how we're talking about how, like, I sent the man, like, I screenshotted the email off his official Instagram page, sent the money or whatever to the Cash App that he had told me to. Long story short, sent him melodies. And after like 2-3 weeks, like I gave him time because I understand like people are busy. And
you gave him 2-3 weeks?
I gave him a lot of time.
Damn.
I hit him up and I was like, yo, like any news, like any beats, like what's going on? And he didn't respond. Hit him back again, nothing. And then I thought it was weird, but like the same day that I was like, yo, can I just get a refund? He had posted a different email on his Instagram and said that he was doing collabs again. So I was like,
it's crazy. And bro, like, I don't know if you want to put this like in the podcast, like,
yo,
bro, this is how I met Papi, bro.
Facts.
Bro, that shit is just shocking the fuck out of me because it's like it's crazy how like the finesse of collabs is just so crazy. And then it's like I said, even though you got finesse, because like I said, I got finessed off a collab before, but like I said, if Sonny, here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this on your behalf, if Papi was signed with you when that would have happened, I know you would have handled that on some. I know you would have handled that on some shit. Cause listen, like, look, I'm gonna say this on some shit. The way CashMoneyAP came at you, bro, and I'm gonna say this like this: I don't care who you are, I don't care what the situation is. Any situation can always be talked out. No matter what it is, even if we have to let bygones be bygones, it's like, like I seen the screenshots with CashMoneyAP, bro, and I'm sitting there like, oh, that's how you coming? Well, damn. It's like, and then it's like I'm adding that up, the Pop Smoke situation with Wylo, and then it's like trust me, like, and I'm not telling no producer not to sign to any management, but me personally, after seeing these situations, I wouldn't like, because I know some artists are going to sign to management. I'm not like, I can't stop artists from signing to management. Right. But like, you talking like Victor, Cash Gang and shit like that. Like, in my opinion, I would never sign. I would never sign.
The craziest part was,
on my behalf, I don't know what they have to do. I don't know what kind of contract they have. I don't know what Victor does. Like, I don't want to put words in people's mouths, you know what I'm saying? I just know this situation, and that's actually how I met Papi, bro, because Papi was like, I seen them arguing on Twitter, and I'm like, I don't think CashMoneyAP would scam you, because, bro, like, me and CashMoneyAP have crossed paths before, you know what I mean? And, like, we both came up on YouTube together, like, doing the YouTube shit for a long time together. Not together, you know what I'm saying? Like, we never worked.
But y'all been running the YouTube game. You was running the YouTube game before distribution, Sonny. Because you had placements way like you just pulled up the Melly placement that was way before distribution and all that. Like you had hits. And that's the one thing about CashMoneyAP. Like CashMoneyAP definitely has his catalog, just like you.
His catalog is great. I got nothing against the man. You know?
Yeah, definitely. But the one credit that I give to you, Sonny, is that it don't matter if. And trust me, like, and I'll say this to any producer, and I'm gonna say this on both cameras. It don't matter if you're signed with Digital Dior or not. If Sonny fuck with you, he gonna help you, because I got at least 5 mentions that I could. It would probably take me 10 minutes to pull up, but I got 5 mentions within the last 3 days that, like, Rich Tyler, for example, and you know Rich Tyler, you know he got the song with Scottie about to drop. Definitely a prime example, because I talk to Rich at least once every other week. So, but like the one thing I will tell people, like with you, Sonny, is that, you know, the one thing I respect, you a hard ass. You a hard ass, and I give you that. You a hard ass. Like, you ain't gonna let no nigga disrespect you. But at the end of the day, you are fair about your business. And that's the one thing. It don't matter what any producer, like, and like I said, any producer you want smoke, get at me. Trust me. Like, look, the majority of my 9 to 5, look, I'm on Twitter the majority of my 9 to 5. So y'all want smoke? I got all day Monday through Friday. Y'all get, yeah, dig. So trust me. But real shit though, like at the end of the day, it don't matter what any of those producers say. If they do business with you, they gonna get their end. They gonna get the.
And bro, I'm always fair. And yo, most of the time, like with this Twitter shit or like whatever's going on, bro, I'm on the defense, bro. I'm protecting my name. I'm protecting my brand, bro. I'm protecting my producer. I'm protecting
always.
Bro, that I'm responsible for, you know? Like, bro, I'm not going to let my brand go down the drain because somebody's on Twitter talking about, oh, you're scamming. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing that. Like, bro, you're not about to drag my name because I know, bro, and people know. We don't do that shit, bro. Like, all of us do great business, bro. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, that's just what it is. So,
man, like you said, you do great business, money or no money. And I can speak like, and honestly, like since Sunny on the phone right now, how I'm going to give the fans this, and I'm pretty sure y'all want to know how, you know, this whole thing originated. Me, Papi, Black Rise, Noah Saki, and I'm going to probably say two more. I'm not going to give the exact names because I don't want to be wrong. But we all met through the YK 808 Mafia critique. Sorry, my boy YK.
yes, sir.
Here's the thing. And to any producer, if you want to hear me out. Show love to those who are around you. When everybody was in this 808 Mafia beat critique, yes, it was guaranteed placements, but we wasn't bent on that. I will tell you, do you know how many internet money placements, how many people from Digital Dior, from internet money, actually got signed just off of showing love to another producer, just giving them the credit that they deserve? I can speak for this because even though, and like I said, even though you didn't sign me, and I said this before you called, you done shown plenty of love to a lot of people. I said it in the tweet the other day. Bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like I got collabs with Black Rise right now. I wouldn't have none of that if it wasn't for us getting together in that critique. You showing love to everybody, you giving everybody that boost. You feel me?
That's what it's about, bro. Like, I'm at the same time, you know, I want to build this community up, bro. I want to build this community. I want to make it strong. I'm not going to sit here and be like, nah, bro, your beat's trash. Like, no, you're trash. Like, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. And that's the reason why I went in YK's live, bro, because he's doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He's helping the community. I did that a couple times on Twitter, bro. Went on live, you know what I'm saying? Listen to beats, listen to music. Oh, I think your mix needs a little bit of tweaking. But if I heard something that, like, I really absolutely didn't like, I'm like, nah, bro, like, I think you just should, like, redo this whole song.
Well, that's how he found Gosse, is critique. Like, Gosse sent in his music, and then Sunny was like, yo, do this to your mix. You'll sound fire. Gosse listened, and then bam, like.
Gosse is a beast.
I made the introduction to Gosse.
Yeah.
And then, like, he was just showing support, bro, you know what I'm saying? I was supporting him. And I just showed him, like, bro, this is how you should make your mix better. And, like, he sent me, like, 5 songs back, bro, within, like, a week. You know? Yo,
honestly, like, with Gosse, bro, like, I'm gonna say this about Gosse. Y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch y'all asses. This nigga got me scared. He got me scared. I'm not even done going through the Spotify catalog, but I'm like, oh God. I said, oh.
Sorry, bro. And yo, he's getting better, bro, and better. Every song is getting better. Like, he's like experimenting with different genres and stuff, bro. Like, he's just going crazy. He's going crazy.
Look, like I said, if people do their homework, I remember that post you put out in the beginning of the year. You got like over 150. Back then, you said you had over 150 Digital Dior songs in the vault. And trust me, like you put that out, you put that sauce out public. So trust me, I can get that one on the podcast. But at the same time, I will say this. Y'all better watch y'all ass, because that was 150 back then. We probably looking at 1,000 right now. And Lord knows how many guys probably got.
We probably got like 400.
Yeah, we got a shit ton, bro.
Shit ton.
Like 4 to 400.
It's crazy.
You know, are they all hits? No. Are they all gonna make Billboard? No, bro. Like, are they great songs? Are they great music that we all worked on? Yes, of course, bro. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, in my mind, my soul, my body, bro, I feel like this is some of the best work that I've ever done in my career. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. To all my producer fans, while Sunny on the phone right now, I'm gonna let y'all know, Sunny and Scottie, they're doing a producer contest. There is no cost for the entry. Scottie, he got some acapellas for you. All you gotta do is get your creativity on. Go on Scottie's Instagram at Scottie Music, or check out my guy Sunny Laurent on Instagram or Twitter. Don't matter. They got it posted. But look, if y'all trying to get into some Digital Dior shit, y'all trying to get some good placements this fall, DM me. I'll give y'all the info. I ain't scared to give the sauce.
Bye.
You feel me?
All right, Sonny, my fucking arm's getting tired, so I'm gonna hit.
Yeah, real shit. I'm gonna say we halfway. We actually.
Hey, Sonny said hit him, man. He's down to do it.
Actually, look, Sonny. We might have to make the fans work for that one. We might have to make them work for that one.
That's a fact. But,
Facts.
yeah, man.
We're gonna have to make them work for that one.
All right, bro.
All right.
Good talking to you, man.
Peace, brother. Wow. First episode got a phone call from the GOAT. We're gonna put that on the list. But actually, since we're still talking about scams, I gotta give you credit for this. Benjamin Enfield. It is about time that somebody spoke the truth. I am tired. Like, bro, I had to make new Twitters because I was tired of this nigga. I had to make new Twitters. Like, I was just...
I don't even want to give that man too much time. I just want to say, like, dude's a scammer. Avoid him at all costs. Like,
I'm going to just say it like this.
Nah. He just... Bad business. He caps, like, he's a loser.
The Music Academy,
man, bullshit.
It ain't nothing to learn from that. But now, you know, since we in the whole Digital Dior transition, you know, we were playing the playlist on live. You know, Lord knows I was going ham on the live earlier. So what I want to talk about. Because, you know, he one of my favorite artists right now. And I'm definitely going to get him on the podcast. The Scottie placements. Anybody, right. I'll say it like this. Anybody who already heard the Scottie album, Circa 94, if you heard the album already, Papi is known for these placements on the album. Working from home, and Don't Hit My Line. And trust me, look, Don't Hit My Line, I be getting in my Drake mode. They say don't Drake and drive. Don't play Don't Hit My Line. If you Draking and driving, don't play Hit My Line because it's gonna get there. I'm telling you.
So actually, T, one of my favorite songs too that I produced by Scottie, is co-produced by Noah.
Noah Saki.
Last name, bro, but Noah Mejia or whatever. Internet Money Noah. So he co-produced that. He's fucking crazy. We still have plenty of shit coming. Hopefully some placements. But he's a cool ass dude. He's going crazy. He got like Cardi placement, Young Boy placement. Don't Hit My Line. Shout out to Mina. She killed that feature, man. That feature, like.
I ain't even gonna cap with you, bro. I fall in love with that voice every time. I might have to send something to her.
Yeah, she killed that shit, and she's crazy. She's going crazy right now too. Like, she's definitely blowing up. And Rose did the melody on that, so of course Black Rose. That, like, he killed that shit too. Yeah, man. Like with Scottie, the crazy thing is, so while we're still talking about Digital Dior, I actually got signed to Digital Dior pretty much thanks to Scottie. So, like, Sonny was just talking about, you know, we met through the whole, like, Kio situation or whatever. I was on vacation and Sonny, like, called me. We talked about the situation and shit. Like, we kind of connected at that point. We did, like, a collab or two. And then he told me about Scottie and some of the shit that they had coming, you know. And I reached out to Scottie, and Scottie, like, you know, sent me the email. I sent him some beats. I sent him this one beat that's like a flute joint, and it's co-produced by Silo. He's in Space Boy and Jetson Maids producer group.
Oh yeah,
Jetson's.
That's gonna have to be in a conversation episode. I might have to call you back for that episode.
Facts. So. I sent that beat though with me and Silo to Scottie, and like this man sent that shit back in less than an hour, and it was like
Scottie
Spanish and English shit. It was crazy. It's still unreleased. Shit was crazy.
His work ethic like ceases to amaze me. Like Like
Yeah,
if I sat there in the studio with him, I'd probably be
bro,
bumblefucked.
he doesn't rest. Like this man just one after the other.
That's why
But,
that's why I be telling people like, look, Scottie got next. I'm look honestly, like I say it like this, you know, like shout out to the missus. She definitely just bought me the reload. You know, shout out to the missus. Like even my, the wifey, when I was playing Scottie, I was living with my girl in a 1-bedroom during the time. We just got the 3-bedroom. You know, I'm in the office right now, but when we were still in the 1-bedroom, that was right around the time when the album dropped, and my girl was just sitting there like, who is that? Like, something like, babe. What?
Man, see the industry, man, industry is gonna be fucked up when Scottie blows up, because Scottie is gonna outwork all these artists. Like that shit is crazy.
Actually, I'm gonna say like this: him and Stilo. I'm gonna give it him and Stilo. They, Lord knows, Stilo probably.
All the microphone is fire, man. All the microphone is fire.
Stilo probably in the studio right now. Lord knows, he probably gonna hit me up after like, yup.
Facts.
But
I sent this beat though to Scottie or whatever. He made the song. He sent it to Sunny, and yeah, next thing I know, like Sunny hit me and was like, "Bro, like, I think it's time. Like, I want to bring you on the team." And yeah, from there, it's just been like every week or so, I'll send Scottie a pack, and he'll use 90% of every beat that I sent him. Like when I tell you, me and Scottie got a full album of unreleased music, like we really got a full fucking album.
90% include, and that includes outside of Digital Dior placements as well, correct?
Yes, I got a couple of people, I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but a couple of paid collabs and shit have definitely been placed with Scottie, and some other artists that are kind of his caliber.
Scottie waiting on the pack for me and Black Rose right now, actually. But I know he working on the contest, so that's why I'm trying to, knowing that I'm probably still gonna I'm gonna keep it a bean. Y'all probably better watch out because I still might enter the contest too. But knowing, the one thing about Scottie and him and Rich had talked about this earlier today, actually. I don't clock. Like if I send an artist beats, and I rarely send artists beats, so because a lot of times I just do customs. A lot of people pay me for customs, but
yeah,
when I do send a beat, I really don't. I'm not a fan artist. I'm gonna tell you this. I mean, no, not artists, producers. I'm gonna tell you this. Do not clock artists when you send them beats. I say that dramatically because I know you're gonna pay attention when niggas say shit dramatically. I'm saying that right now. Don't clock them. Not even one time. I'll say it like this. My rule with sending beats, if you send it, if they don't do anything within a month, I'll resend it to somebody else.
Yeah, I will say this though, artists, if you do open the pack and you use something, don't wait until it's completely mixed and fucking polished and perfect to hit the producer and say, oh yeah, we got one. Like, I need to know that you have already recorded something over, even if it's just like a rough draft or whatever, because I send so many beats out every couple of days. I'm not trying to have so-and-so on the same beat as, this other person, because then it's just going to be a conflict. And then I got to oh, well, I charged you for a beat, but I didn't charge you. Like artists, if you hop on something, just let the producer know, hey, I use this.
I'll say like this, and especially because I know there are some people. Let's keep it honest. There are people on Twitter who will work just off of love. Everybody not in it for the money. Trust me. I know. Look, like I told Sonny, me and Sonny, we hard asses. We want ours. And trust me, sometimes I still do show love. Trust me. Look, everybody has a heart. All right. You want to say it like that. But at the same time, artists, I'm going to give you a secret gem because I'm like this sometimes. If you tell a producer that the song is even recorded, if you let us know and you can get your hands on the stems, we might be able to get that situated for you, or we might know somebody that be able to get that situated for you.
Facts.
Because I'm going to say it like this. Even if an artist, I don't care if they lease it. I'm going to say this, and the major producers done said this plenty of times. Sometimes it's not about exclusive ownership. You could lease a beat. I'll say it like this. Right now, I think overseas from internet money, he charging $25 for leases today. But it's not. But it's not about. It's not about the placement. It's not about who it is. It's about this. You pay $25 for that lease. You make a goddamn banger. Sometimes exclusive ownerships can be negotiated.
Yep.
I don't care. I'll say it like this. If a nigga, it don't even matter. Or it don't matter what artist. It could be, it don't matter what artist, what race, it don't matter.
Facts.
It don't matter who. You send me a hit. But I'm gonna keep it a bean because like I say it like this. Like my catalog of artists I work with is very diverse. Actually, my right hand artist is Caucasian. My right hand artist is Caucasian. It's crazy. Like a lot of people, my artist AB, and people see me promote him. Like some people really thought AB was black. I'm like, do y'all hear his voice? Like that, and that's my brother to the death. But it's like me. We're in a world where, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing right now with this podcast. We ain't with no racial shit. We support all ends. Trust me, I know producers. It don't matter what color you are. It don't matter where you from. You doing something. If you making moves, fuck what anybody's telling you. It don't matter what race you are, no matter what color you are. I don't care if you walk outside, no matter what anybody say about your skin, no matter, we ain't with that shit. In this podcast, let me rap with you. It's about making moves. We making moves over here from all ends because when we talking about making moves, we're not just making moves in America because actually, since we're talking about making moves all over the world, we're going to talk about how this speak placement that you got with Trademark, Lavendera, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Lavenderia, same shit. Yeah.
Thank you. But trust me, I did my research.
Yeah, so
It ended up on one of Apple Music and one of Spotify's top Mexican playlists.
Yeah, it ended up on New Music Fridays. It was Spotify's song of the day on Spotify Mexico.
Wifey just came through with the look. This is what happens when your wife love you.
Support. Yeah, it was a song of the day for Spotify Mexico. It was on like 6 or 7 different like random playlists on Spotify. Some of them were big playlists, like New Music Fridays. Some of them song of the day. Some like Mexican trap. A lot of shit. And like that was my first release that hit 100K within like 2 months.
Honestly, besides the numbers, because you know I know, and especially I know this on Twitter, and shout out to Papi's Twitter, because in short time I've seen like when he asked y'all to get them numbers up, y'all did it for him.
Shit happened.
I see you, and I see. Look, I'm gonna keep it a bean, and trust me, any of Papi's followers, if y'all see this, y'all are some loyal ass fans. So what I want to know from the people, what were their reactions when they seen you get the Mexa remix with Fory Five? First of all, Fory Five, I told them on Twitter today, y'all killed that remix.
Yeah, man, like they're a crazy ass group from Mexico. They're definitely taking over like the Mexico scene. They're pretty big down there. Yeah, man, like I had so many people follow me because of the speak placement, especially the remix. Like I had so many like big artists. Fat Tony, he like retweeted the shit and was like, yo, this shit is fire. Like that shit hit me. Like I was like, damn, like people were really fucking with it. And you know, that was my first like release that actually got a lot of feedback right off the bat. Like Speak was just like reposting videos of people on hikes playing the song, people driving in their car playing the song, people in like other countries, fucking somewhere in South America playing it. Like it
Now
was just
see,
insane.
it wouldn't matter. I'm gonna keep it a bean. It wouldn't matter if that shit never did a million. Just knowing that people are playing it, putting it. See, like I said, and I said this in the beginning, right before I called Papi, the fans matter the most, which is half the reason of why I started this podcast in the first place, because I wanted to finally listen to my fans. You know, people have been wanting this for 2 years, and it's like, you know, and I'm pretty sure the fans want. Here's the thing: nobody asked this in the Q&A, but I know they wanted to know secretly: are there going to be more Speak collabs?
Yes. I sent Speak like 2 packs within the last month or two. And yeah, I mean he hit me back, told me he's gonna fuck with a couple of them. So eventually, I'm not sure exactly when, but we got some coming.
I think I got some. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to my guy Wylo. I might have some Wylo samples that might be able to get. Look, I got your Tsunami kit in FL Studio. I got that and the drum kit. So I think I got some good Wylo samples that might be for him one day. Because I was actually going through them the other day. I'm sitting there like,
Wylo is fire. Like I fuck with Wylo, man. That whole situation and shit was crazy, but yeah, like.
oh no, I'm gonna keep it a being, like, you know, keep it between, you know, only because, like, you know, I can pull the DM up to prove it.
Yeah.
The day that I found out, day that I hit him, he said, "Bro, I had the lawyers right there already." I said, I'll talk to you in like 3 days. Shit, fuck that. I'm like, oh shit. The lawyers came in. Look, producers, when you have the income, I'm telling you, I made this mistake. Get you a lawyer.
Facts.
Actually, you know what? And since we're in a good like topic right now of paid collabs, I'm gonna shed light on some situation, only because this is my little brother in the situation. Like, when I say producers get you a lawyer, like, I'm gonna I'm not gonna mention his name because we're gonna wait for the interview. But I got a brother. There's an Asian the Brat song that came out last year, and my brother paid for the collab. So once he sent it to the board, this, that, and the third, he ran with that John, like, showed me the song and all that. And it's like, I'm still trying to tell my brother, like, if you can find the drive that got the stems, like trust me, like, I can get you some people that can, like, get this situated. But, you know, it's just a shame. Another thing about paid collabs, another thing that people have to be careful for, when you do paid collabs, I don't care if you're paying for them or giving them. It don't matter what you're doing. Label everything. Make sure in your folders you have a note, all your information, So even if they still try to run off with that bag, one thing people remember: right click your folders. There's a thing called properties, and there's a thing called day created. Technology does not lie.
Facts. And I'm gonna put you on some sauce real quick too. So for producers that release kits, make sure there's like a little add-on you can get. You can Google this shit, but you can edit the properties to all of your files and your folders. Make sure when you release a drum kit or a loop kit, you put these this pack into this program. You can put your name. So for the artist, you'll put like your producer name or whatever. Put the title of the kit. It'll automatically, you know, put the date created and everything, and it'll lock that shit in. So that way people can't just steal your shit, put it into their own pack, rename it, and try to resell it. Because when someone downloads it and they open it on their computer or whatever, they're gonna see that shit in the right hand corner. Oh, Prod by Papi.
The metadata will be copywritten.
Yep.
The metadata will be copywritten.
Exactly. But some computers, like some properties and shit, are automatically locked. So you have to add this program in order to actually edit the metadata. But I mean, you could do it. And if you're gonna sell kits, that shit is a must because people resell all the time.
So now what I'm gonna do, since you know, the one thing I will say before we get in, we're gonna transition into the the most controversial topic. I will say this: Digital Dior, you guys have an evolution sound, and I will say this because my label is one of the only other labels that is like doing this besides you guys. Well, actually, no, both. Because here's the thing: everybody know that World of Metropolis is my label, but I also have a production deal with my sponsors, Major Loops. But like the one thing is like the one thing we're all doing, nobody else is doing drum programming, all that. The one thing I will say, you guys have an evolution of sound all around, not only from your melodies, but also from the 808s to the drums. I'm gonna say it like this: even Sunny, a lot of people don't know. Like I be seeing a lot of producers try to make drill beats. Every time Sunny make a drill beat, clean as butter. He got his like signature claps and all that. Like he like I noticed that Digital Dior is not only becoming a label, a marketplace, a publishing. It's not only becoming, an official brand, but y'all also solidifying a new wave of sound, just like the other few of us that are doing it as well. How can you speak on that? Like, just being surrounded by a bunch of new wave producers.
And it's crazy because like we have our own little group chat. We talk about this shit every single day. Like it's really crazy. And especially when we get placements that are like insane placements, because every day we talk about Sunny just started Digital Dior in January. I wasn't on the team at that point, but like within 8 months, like we've gotten a lot of placements that haven't even released yet with big artists that it takes people years to do. So, I mean, we talk about it every day though. Like
no cap on that because Dior,
Digital Dior, like we are making history right now. We might not even know it, but like this is the same way that NWA started, same way that all these other big producer collectives that I'm not gonna name drop them or anything, but this is the start of something crazy, man. Like we know within the next year, like it's gonna be completely different, man.
Man, look, all I'm gonna say, and this is like, I'm also gonna shout out the other producers. My guys, Bluff God. My guys, Mo Magic, because my guy Mo Magic, and this is specifically why Spinz 808. We're gonna actually let me talk about Spinz. Let me talk about Spinz before we get into this controversial podcast, so people understand that I don't have nothing against this guy. Spinz will forever last. Like he will be when my grandkids got grandkids, Spinz will last. But here's the thing. Here's the cap, and I say this. This is the cap about producers defending the Spinz 808. My thing is this. If you buy kits and you buy kits from the correct companies, and I will say this, Wave Supply, Internet Money, and especially they got Cody signed with Internet Money now. Before he was even signed with Internet Money, he was making 808s that will probably destroy your car. Yeah. He was making 808s that will probably destroy your car. But my thing is with the Spinz 808s, I understand that producers, we came up from a heavy influence. We came up from some of the greatest, the Lex Lugers, the Southsides, the DJ Spinz, the DJ Plugs, the Bobby Criticals, DJ Escos, like, and I know it's a lot, Zaytovens, it's a lot of producers that I'm going to have missing in that list. But we came up from some of the greatest, but at the same time, producers, we are also here to make a new wave for the next generation to look up to us.
Facts.
And here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with applying your spins and Zaytoven 808s in your beats. But the one thing is, y'all have to remember that was Spinz move. That was Spinz thing. And Spinz will always have that thing. If I went back into rap right now and I wanted that Spinz sound, I would go buy a beat from Spinz. I'm not going to try to go to another producer to try to get that Spinz sound when I can just get it from the man himself. So producers, what I will say is this. There's nothing wrong with paying your homage. Definitely use them in your beats, but don't forget, there are plenty of producers, plenty of artists that are making beats. There are artists who make beats. There are producers who are artists, vice versa. There are plenty of people in your following. You got somebody in your Twitter or your Instagram right now that's making a crazy ass drum kit that got the 808 to your next hit.
Facts. And
it don't matter if it's Papi. It don't matter if it's Mo Magic. It don't matter if it's my guy Skyard. It don't matter who it is. There are plenty of people. Trust me, I'm pretty sure it's guys that y'all follow who I don't know.
Which is, I mean, it's crazy though, cause like my Nebula kit, man, like every single 808 in that kit I made from scratch, and that was like the first time that I actually sat down and I handcrafted each 808 to sound a specific way.
Dude, I watched you on live make like 2 of them drawings. I was like, holy shit.
Because it's crazy. Like Santana, I mean, granted, he's Digital Dior, so he's a little biased, but he says that's his favorite 808 kit of like all time that he's ever used. And I actually just sent the same kit to Holy. He just hit me up not too long ago. Like somebody had tagged me under his post or whatever. He was looking for drum kits. And yeah, he DM'd me and shit, and like I just sent him my 808 kit. So, I mean, hopefully he fucks with it, you know. But
man, I mean, I said, that's why I said, like, especially my guy Barber Beats, you and Barber, y'all are like, to me, the new 808 makers. Y'all the new 808 wave, because like Barber, I'm gonna keep it a bean, because like I got 808. He signed with me. He signed in my in-house, World of Metropolis. He signed with me. He got 808s that we ain't even released yet. He ain't even released these kits yet, but like when I sat there, like just like when I copped Jit Kit, I'm sitting there like, oh, I need to reevaluate my situation. Oh shit. Like, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, producers. Y'all sitting there trying to hop on a wave that's there already. I say it like this. I guarantee y'all cop this Papi kit, somebody gonna wind up busting a banger.
Facts.
Especially the drum kit.
I still use all of those sounds. There might be like a couple 808s in that kit. I don't really use as much now because I got the new 808 kit, so like that's my main like go-to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, and see, like as we were talking about the Spinz 808 though. All right, so I posted a tweet that got a shit ton of attention and like interaction.
I need to find a screenshot to that so I could post it in the video format so people can just see.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro! I'm sitting there like, God, please don't let somebody put money on this nigga head.
The funny thing is, every single day, Alecus in our group chat,
yeah,
he's always talking about, I'm gonna be the PR person, I'm gonna be the social media person, because a lot of my shit that I post, it like, I don't want to say it goes viral because it doesn't do like thousands and thousands of interactions, but like a lot of that shit is controversial because, I mean, that's honestly what I believe, but people like, because I said it, people, it's a big deal to them. But with the Spinz 808, I just want to say, I don't hate the Spinz 808. I just think it's overhyped. And for my personal taste, it's too soft. It doesn't have enough high end to it. So I don't like that. I like my 808s because I don't use kicks. So I like my 808s to have a little bit of high end and hit hard. Mm-hmm. And Spinz, in my opinion, is kind of soft. I think it's good for like drill, but I don't think it's, I don't know. I can't use it.
Honestly, the Spinz drill, I'm gonna keep it a bean. All right, so you know what? If producers, the ones who ain't gonna listen to me, I'm gonna give y'all some sauce. if y'all want to use that Spinz 808, do it on some R&B type beats. I swear to God, y'all. Look, I'm telling y'all, because I did this shit. Last time I used the Spinz 808 was last year, but it was on an R&B.
I think Don't Hit My Line, I think I used it on that. But that's like the only beat that I've ever used it on. And that's because...
But that's the R&B vibes, bro.
Yep.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people, when they seen the promo, they're like, oh, they gonna troll this shit. I'm like, nah, we not gonna troll it, but we just trying to let y'all know it's so much more sauce to the game. Like,
Facts.
you pay for that collab, especially like some collabs that you pay for, some people do the drums. You never know who got hot 808 sitting in their freaking kits right now.
Yo, if you hit me for a collab, I'm probably just try to do the drums. Every now and then I'll send out loops and shit, but that's not... I don't enjoy sending out loops because I feel like you're just paying me to just send you some files.
Yeah.
If you are sending me loops, I actually am going to sit there and put time into perfecting the drums and then mixing it and making sure that that shit is ready to send to an artist. Not saying that if you pay somebody 4 loops, that's a bad thing, because it's not. But for my personal taste, I'd rather do the drums because I put a lot more into my drums than I do my loops.
For real. See, like I said, and then, you know, actually, since we're back on discussion of labs, before we get into the final topic, I'm actually going to give y'all I'm going to give y'all a list of some of the producers who are definitely worth paying collabs for, and I'm going to let Papi give a couple of people that, you know, like he think, you know, are worth paying collabs. So I'm going to give my list because I wrote it down. Now, the first guy, Jay Cornell. I don't know if he's still charging for collabs because I seen his tweet today that he's working with his team now. But when Jay Cornell was charging for collabs, 7 out of 10 of those, actually no, 9 out of 10 of them got placements. A lot of them guys get placements now.
That's worth the investment.
Throw Tobin, that's definitely another guy on the list. Actually for producers, if you're looking to get your beat sales up, or you're looking to just get engagement, get more artists, get more traffic on your page, I don't know if my man's still doing it, but Throw Tobin, he is still doing consultations right now, and it is definitely worth the money. My guy Camino, he just did one. He definitely said was worth the money. So along with that collaboration, you know, those who want to invest, get that consultation. Might you're going to triple your profit. Every producer that has gone to him has tripled their profit ever since, you know, their consultation. So he is definitely worth it. Now this next one, if y'all don't get with this next guy, because I'm bullshitting too, Jake Mark. My guy Jake Mark. Bruh. I watch his stories every day, bro. I be sitting there like, if I don't send this nigga some shit, then I'm bullshitting. This in the studio every day.
Yeah. I was actually just talking to Jake about linking up soon when I go to LA. But crazy that you mentioned it. Him and we collabed maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I sent the beats out to Chase Lavish. Instant, like Chase hopped on him. So definitely hit up Jake.
I'm definitely like, I'm not surprised because Chase definitely be on. Actually, Chase, I seen Chase in the stories today. They was in the studio today.
They're in the studio with Alecus.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. My guy Skyark from Sweden, Virtual Verse Records, they are definitely on the rise. First of all, these guys already had placements before they even became a team, but y'all want to get a possible next hit with the possible next artist, get with Virtual Verse Records and my guy Skyark. I'm telling y'all, if y'all need the info, hit me up because that's my guy. I'm not scared to share the sauce. Overseas, definitely an understatement. Definitely an understatement. Whenever he charged me all for collabs, y'all better put y'all money in because I'm definitely bullshitting. Sunny, hands down. And Sonny's still charging for. Actually, Sonny doing Laz right now. I'm telling you, y'all.
Sonny got a deal right now. Usually his unlimited shit is like 500, I think.
I think it's like 200, right?
Yeah, I think right now it's about 200, and then just regular collabs are like 50. So that's definitely a lot cheaper than they usually are.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. And if look, Sonny,
we've been sending shit out to like Lil TJ, Dirk, Skies, Chase, like a lot of artists. Lil Haiti, he actually just hopped on some Digital Dior shit. So
man, look, I'm going to tell Sonny, you got when Melly come home, we need another one with Melly.
Yep.
Free Melly for real G shit. Like when Melly come home, definitely need another. I just heard, bro. I heard that song yesterday while I was cleaning the house. I was like, ooh, I'm like, yo.
It's funny. I actually heard that song before I even knew who Sonny was, and like I fucked with it back when I first found out who YNW Melly was, and I was like, damn, this shit is hard. And then all the controversial shit with him happened, and I looked it up again, like, oh fuck. And then I got signed to Digital Dior, and one day I randomly listened to it, and I was like, oh fuck, Sonny produced this. Like I didn't even know at the time.
All right, so we got 2 topics left, and since we're actually still talking about production, I'm gonna say it like this: what placements do you want by the end of this year, and where do you see yourself within the next year? Because we might not see tomorrow, bro. Lord knows the world crazy. So I'm gonna say it like this: what placements would you want by the end of the year, and where do you see yourself by next year?
By the end of this year, I want a Dirk placement and a Skies placement. Those are 2 of my favorite artists that I think by the end of this year I could definitely get something placed with them.
Speaking of Dirk, shout out to we was talking about internet money earlier. Shout out to Touch of Trent, because I heard he got signed to OTF.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I went on his page the other day because I was looking up the Internet Money album Before the Storm. I heard they dropping the first single.
Yeah.
I looked up Touch a Trent page, and he got like OTF all over his joint, and he produced I think a couple tracks off of Dirk's last album. So I'm sitting there like, oh, he probably OTF now. He probably made his way through LA and made it work.
Yep. Speaking of OTF, we actually just locked in with Noza. Jordon, who actually is signed to OTF as well.
Oh yeah, he just got signed this year, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah, I believe so. We just locked in with him. He's a crazy artist as well. But
by next year,
I think as far as this year, yeah, Skies and Dirk, and for next year, I'm trying to get like Nav, Gunna, Keed's new album is crazy, man. Shout out to Blue Blood, Furno, all them. Like, they fucking snapped. Of course, Jetson snaps on fucking every
track. Trapped in Cleveland 3. I still didn't get to listen to it yet, but my guy, when I was talking about earlier, when I spent that 300 on kits, 150 of that was on a Pilgrim kit bundle from Split Mind. My guy Pilgrim actually just got a placement on Key Project. I forgot what song it was, but shout out to my boy Beck. You deserve it.
That project is crazy. So he's definitely one of those artists I'd like to work with, and I really want to build with the rest of Digital Dior as far as our artists go. So we got Santana, Gosse, and then Clone. Clone is.
Honestly, since we talking Digital Dior, if you ask me, like, my goal placement for this year is Scottie. That's probably my, like, here's the thing, like, everybody asking me, like, yo, like, you trying to hit the, no, get me one with Scottie and I'm happy this year. I don't care how many beats I gotta make, but like,
send me some loops and I got you, because I just sent him a pack yesterday and he opened it this morning. So
yeah.
Send me some loops or whatever, and I got you, man. We'll make it happen.
Now, aside from producing now, like I said, I did my research now. You know, it's a lot going on in the world, and I'm gonna say this in the word of, you know, my old head. Shout out my OG Ice, because like he said it in the best way. Like when we were talking today, like with all that's going on in the world today, we're getting a lot of questions with no understanding, and with that, we're getting answers with bitterness and anger, and that's what he told me. So it's like, you know, with you, you know, you've been in the army and with everything that's going on in the world, you know, because I've seen you put a couple of posts up from like Facebook screenshots. Because you know, I know people were. I understand everybody has a voice, and trust me, all that's going on in this world, we're gonna save that for another episode. Trust me, that's a whole nother 2 hours we gonna need for that. But
Yeah.
like with you being in the army, what is some of the things that you can speak on from your side, and like what people, because I know you're not the only person with the right conscience. I know there are other men in the army who see that, you know, what's going on is wrong, and I know that they want to be a part of it and so, but at the same time, y'all in the gray line because y'all want to fight for the right side, but at the same time, it's like it's infantry. So
Nice.
what would you say about like what's going on the side, that like how the men are feeling about what's going on, that you know, the guys that you personally know?
Um, yeah, I mean, so one of the things that really like frustrated me when all of the riots and stuff first happened was a lot of people trying to make the military look bad and trying to make it seem like the National Guard was going to move into the streets and start opening fire on civilians and shit. Like, that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. It just, it's against the Constitution. So it's not going to happen. But aside from that, people try to make it seem like, oh, this is the white man's army, whatever. Like, it's not even about color. Like, all of my really good friends and all my, you know, brothers and battle buddies, like, all of them are people of different ethnic backgrounds. I've got lots of black friends, lots of Hispanic friends, all in the military. Um, and I mean, you know, I can't talk on the military as a whole, but as an individual and as like the people I know that are also in the military,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, we want to see everybody happy. Like, you know, we joined the military to fight for the country, for peace. We didn't join for, you know, some of the crazy shit that's been happening out in, you know, the world. Like,
Yeah, because I also got friends in the army, and it's like I know, like I said, like, and especially from a voice, because I've spoken from a voice of anger as well, but at the same time, I know, like, because trust me, like, let's keep it honest, like, I know guys in the army, I know black men that are cops, and some of these men, like I said, like I'm not with no sides. I ain't with none of that. But at the same time, it's like it's a shame. It like we know that there are guys in high levels who want to fight for the right cause, and it's a shame that we're so busy bashing the system that why don't we actually like can somebody give a voice from the system where, okay, like we're trying to do the right thing, and that was definitely one thing why I wanted to say that, because like I know there are plenty of people who want to do the right thing, but it's just we're stuck in a world of left and right.
yeah,
There's no
I
right
mean,
without left, and there's no left without right, and it's crazy.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, everybody saw the videos of like the National Guard, you know, in the streets and people telling them like, oh, like, you know, go do this, go do that. Like, you don't have to be here. And it's like, at the end of the day, people join the military to provide for their family.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be bad apples, of course, but that comes with everything. There's going to be bad apples in the industry, bad apples in police department, bad apples in the, like, everywhere.
See,
It's just,
we forget that you guys are humans just like us, because like y'all said, y'all joined the army for y'all reasons, but we have to remember that y'all had a past before y'all joined the army, and Lord knows what anybody could have been through. You know, some people
exactly.
join the army to run away from skeletons that we don't even want to know about.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I knew people that joined the military to get their citizenship. Like, you know, the military has definitely helped a lot of people.
Get their citizenship and take care of their families.
Yep. I mean, you know, I just feel like people need to take into consideration, you know, everybody has a life, everybody has a family, everybody, the reason they do what they do, the reason they have that job is because they're providing for someone, they're providing for something. Like, you know, I'm in the military now to provide for my family, but ultimately, like, my dream is music. So here in the near future, I'm trying to transition into full time living off of my music, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the military has given me the opportunity to still provide for my family, pay my bills, and do this shit. So, you know, I'm grateful for it. I definitely am.
Amen to that. Man, like I said, man, I'm proud of you. Like everything you've done, especially through the the milestones you've gone through. Because I know a lot of producers, especially in those situations, they probably would have given out. They probably would have had their little setback. But it's like to see you get through it all, to see Sunny coming in the corner and just like just Rocky in that last match for the knockout, like he just came through, and it's like, it's great to see, you finally getting in a situation where, by next year, people gonna be seeing your name everywhere, because like you dropping this week, Lord knows what else is coming. So
Exactly.
So like I said, I'm proud of you. I'm pretty sure everybody who's listening, everybody who was excited for this episode, I'm pretty sure they're proud, because like, once everybody started seeing the promotion, they were sitting there like, oh man, we getting we getting this. Oh man, like, so it's like, I'm like, look, I'm just here. I'm here to give the voice. I'm here to let anybody give their voice, because I know it's a lot of producers who deserve to give their story before they make it. And it's like a lot of these podcasters, a lot of these interviewers, they're not giving them that opportunity. And it's like me watching the community every day, aside from my work, aside from me working with my art, especially AB, he be putting me on the new producers every day. He put me on the new producers every day. So it's like when he be showing me all these people, I'm like, wow, it's like these people definitely need their name out. So
yeah, I mean, I agree.
But I'm gonna say it like this: you wanna give people any last messages before you give them, your Instagram, Twitter information, and all that before we out.
Yeah. All I gotta say is hit me for collabs if you want to work. I send everything out. Don't
90% guaranteed placement. 90% guaranteed placement. Get your placement from Papi today. 90% guaranteed placement. Look, they gonna love that one. They gonna love that one.
about 90%, but I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try.
See, the one thing is they gotta remember, they never know who you sending them to, because when I say that, I say major, indie, or underground. Anybody can make that next hit.
Exactly. Also, I'm probably more known on Twitter for Twitter beefs than I am for even like music. So
Kindred
don't
spirit.
come for me on Twitter, because I will say some shit back. But yeah, nah, Twitter beefs, it's whatever. It's stupid, but it's entertaining at the end of the day,
I'll say it like this: I think every producer goes through that phase at some point, and then we all,
I'm the type of person, like, you're not gonna disrespect me. You're not gonna disrespect Digital Dior.
That's kind of my thing too. Like,
not to say something back. Like, I'm gonna say something back.
Yeah, but I'm like that with my guy Wave guy. Shout out, that's my boss, Major Loops. Like, anybody disrespect Wave guy, and some shit, like, trust me, I don't care what the situation is. I'm like, all right, give me the gloves. We're not even with the talking. Give me the gloves. Like, all right, who would it? Like, you feel me? Like, anybody get that Wave guy, like, and it's, trust me, same thing goes with Digital Dior, because especially all that Sunny has done for me. Anybody get at you guys, trust me. It's y'all kind of getting at me too. So it's like, I get at you on a good off day, so don't get me on an on day. You feel me? You know, like I said, the podcast, you know, let me rap with y'all. You know, we all about the vibes, but at the same time, you know, you want to bring it, you know.
Facts. Yeah, just I'm cool as hell. Hit me up if you want to work. Digital Dior, hit up everybody in Digital Dior. So many damn producers. I don't want to say everybody's name again because I might miss somebody, but you know, yeah, man, hit us up to work. Shout out to like Internet Money, you know, some of the producers that I've worked with over there. Noah, Odyssey, like all those dudes are cool. Trav, Vision is the homie. I always talk to Vision. We talk like stocks and shit a lot. So shout out to him. And yeah, man, I appreciate you for having me on here. It's been fun as hell. Time's been flying by. We've been
Man, look, man, it was a lit conversation. I can't wait to start getting to the editing. Like I said, first episode, I'm gonna let the fans, you know, take it how they want to take it, you know, because I'm natural with the vibes. Like, you know, I'm not really like straight. Like, I'm not like, oh, I gotta get this right, this, that. No, I'm just gonna say it like it is. Like I'm straight, you know, straightforward with the shit.
It just gotta be genuine. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, you feel me? So it's like, you know, appreciate you coming out for the first episode, and you know. I'm gonna rap with you tomorrow. I'm actually gonna rap with you tomorrow because I'm probably gonna be making some beats tonight with your drum kit.
I bet, man. I appreciate it for real.
All right, peace out.
All right, let it go.